On 97.3 ESPN, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
The following program is paid for, and the opinions expressed are not those of Town Square Media or station advertisers.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Cappelli, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein and Mike Carlin right here on 97.3 ESPN. It's a dreary, wet, miserable Saturday morning, but Carlin got a big W last night.
Yes, you did. We all did.
We all
Remember,
did.
I'm a Sixers fan, too.
Right, I know you are. Not listen, just because you picked them to lose
I
last
didn't have them coming out of the
series,
first
and you're
round.
picking them to lose this series. I get it.
Yeah.
Right?
I'm excited.
But guess what? Listen, after the worst defeat, the worst meltdown I've ever seen by a Philadelphia team, Phillies the other night, Thursday night, it was good that the Sixers were able to come back and give us a little life here in the city, in the Delaware Valley, South Jersey area.
They look like the team that they can be moving forward.
It
If
is
they play
amazing.
like that.
Carlin, it is amazing to me. We all know how good Joel Embiid is.
Yeah.
But that was a Herculean effort last night. And that's gonna drive our text board question today, and we'll get to it in a second. But some of the greatest performances that I can remember from people that have overcome adversity, played through a significant injury, and won.
And won. He was off for a week. And that some people may think, oh, he was only out for a week. A week's a big deal this time of the year, after you've gone through a whole year of playing.
I mean, all the speculation and all the talk about, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? He's out indefinitely. For him to come back with a broken bone, an orbital bone, right, or fracture, a concussion, ligaments torn, thumb and a ligament, and after a long season where he played probably more games this year than he has any other year, and to finish as the leading scorer in the league, Joel Embiid's performance last night, just by him being on the court,
Lifts everybody up.
lifts everybody up.
But me, what's really shining through more and more? I mean, week after week after week, Maxey really is something. I mean, Maxey is really something. When he's on the court, when he's having his game, the whole team is having their game almost, it sounds like, or it looks like. He's just much, much better and more polished than I thought he would be after 2 years. And he's literally growing into his own.
I just can't believe he should win the MVP. Because you saw
you're still talking about that.
But listen, Mike,
it's over.
But you saw how. What do you mean it's over? Did they announce it yesterday?
No.
Okay, there was speculation that it was going to leak out.
Those votes were in before the playoffs.
There's speculation they're going to announce it before Game 4, not Game 3.
So my point is, you saw how bad the Sixers looked in Miami without Embiid.
Yeah.
So what's the MVP? Most valuable player to that team, right? You're going to tell me that.
Doubt. There's no doubt. Look what Bam did for Miami the first 2 games. He was averaging 23 points, 11 rebounds. You know what he had last night? I think he had 9 points or so. I mean, with Embiid on the court, he shut him down. So I get you. He is an MVP candidate. And if he won it, I wouldn't be surprised. But remember, all those votes are in before the playoffs start. So maybe they should listen to you, and why don't we give the MVP at the end of the season?
They should.
Why is it?
They should, Mike.
When this whole season's over, Think of it.
So the Sixers win 99-79 last night. Are they back in the series?
Oh, they play like
If they
doubt.
become
There's no doubt they're back. And
back in the series.
And Miami was at full strength. They had Lowry back.
Right. Why can't we shut down this Tyler hero? I mean, the guy's a hero. He seems like everything he throws up goes in.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why you can't shut him down.
Why don't you put Thibault on him?
That's not that's part of the problem. See, part of the problem is Doc Rivers got a little Mike Krzyzewski in him. He's got this stubborn part of him.
Don't talk to me about
he refuses to play his zone defense. You have guys like Danny Green and Harden and Maxey, and none of them are elite defenders. None of them are great.
No.
Danny Green's too slow at this point. Harden he picks and chooses when he feels like playing defense. And Maxey is so young. No offense to the guy, but you saw in the first half his youth. He didn't score at all in the first half, right? And for a young man, you're asking a lot of a young guy to do that much. So why don't you play a 3-2 zone? Basically dare the Heat to come into the paint with Embiid. But instead, Doc's got this Mike Krzyzewski in him. You know, I'm finishing up the Krzyzewski book by Ian O'Connor.
Right.
And one of the biggest criticisms of Coach K in his career was he was so obsessed with running a man defense. He refused to run zone. And his coaches and his players would be like, Coach, we need to run a zone. We don't have the athletes. We don't have the bodies. And I think Rivers does the same thing. I think Rivers is so intent.
Well, coaches
on
have
winning
to
the
be
game
able to
his way.
adjust, right? You got to be able to adjust. And if you don't adjust, that you're going to end up on the short end of the stick. Now,
well, he didn't adjust.
A big win by the Sixers last night after a unbelievably disappointing, heart-wrenching loss to Phillies. I mean, I could not believe it.
Remember, we talked.
Now, I've got Mr. Met.
Your soul was lifted up last night.
Yes. My soul was
Remember,
lifted
you
up.
had to tell me on Friday morning.
Yeah, because he went to bed.
I went to bed in the seventh
inning.
I said,
So
this game's over.
You sleep with sugar plums in his head thinking the Phillies get a big win.
Josh,
and they only
I
wake
don't
up
know
only to find out
anything.
that they lost.
I don't know anything. All of a sudden, he calls me. We're going over the program for the weekend. And he goes, how about those Phillies? I'm thinking, yeah, how about those Phillies, man? I went to bed 7.
I'm ready for
and
this.
all of a sudden, he's talking. I'm like, what are you talking about? He goes, Mike, they lost. I said, what do you mean they lost?
Listen, so then, you know my good buddy Jeff Dowling, Mr. Met, right? He's texting me now. Like, when it was 7-1, I got crickets out of him. But after, the ninth inning, boy, he was hammering me.
Phone was going.
And I was like, I was like 3 whiskey and waters deep, so I was feeling no pain, but I was pissed off. And it was ecstatic. He's singing the song. He's like sending me stuff, right? So the next day, and by the way, today's Mr. Bet's birthday today, so that's his birthday present for the year. Because I'm not going to bet. We do our series bet. I can't bet anymore with the Phillies.
You can't keep taking them
not
to
against
lunch.
the Mets.
You can't keep going to lunch.
I'm going to be buying them lunch all summer long, right? So Mr. Met's birthday. Happy birthday, Mr. Met. That's the birthday present. I'm done because this Phillies team is infuriating. And you know what it is? I hate to say it. It's Joe Girardi. Joe Girardi with his even keel. Well, he's got no fire. I think this team needs a manager. I'm not saying Larry Boa, but a Larry Boa-esque type of coach, a fiery coach. These guys have no fire in their belly. You got to line up with that much power, and they're silent.
I look at it with. We got the runs, right? Would you admit we got the runs? The runs are starting to come.
Yeah.
So what finally got us that we talked about before the season even started? What were we worried about?
Pitching. Defense.
Bullpen.
Well, pitching.
How did we lose this game? Bullpen. Okay, the bullpen finally got us, and we were worried about that.
Got a big show lined up today. We're going to be going to Vegas as we do each and every Saturday. Talk to the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan. We'll be streaming. By the way, we're streaming on my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. YouTube is The Locker Room Billy Schwein. Facebook is Billy Schwein. Check it out. You can see us there.
Derby.
We got the Derby today. Listen,
I'm excited.
All right, so this year Bob Baffert's not allowed to
correct
be in the 2 years he's got suspension. Right.
Baffert has been suspended for 2 years, but
his horses are in there.
His horses are there.
Right. The horses show up.
That story. That's the story of the weekend.
Right.
That Baffert found the way to manipulate the system to get his animals into this race.
So Baffert. So these are all 3-year-olds. He started with all 3-year-olds, and so this year, you know what I'm going to do? Well, we're going to be talking with Jeffrey Nash from FastlaneHandicapper.com. He has a great website. He gives a real detailed details about each horse,
Good.
what he likes about them. FastlaneHandicapper.com. Jeffrey Nash. We'll talk to him at the bottom of the hour, but this year I'm going with the names. I'm picking names.
You like names?
I like names.
This is the only, I'm not a horse race guy at all, but this is the only race that I literally get excited and go out of my way to watch.
My long shop is Happy Jack, and summer is tomorrow. Don't we wish after today's weather, right?
You like that.
They're my, and Messier.
Now, out of the big three races, what one really gets you excited? There's
I
one
like
over.
the church. I've been to the Kentucky Derby.
Okay,
It's
because that's
a
mine.
bucket list.
It starts here.
It starts here.
Yeah.
I love the first Saturday in May, the 148th running of the Kentucky Derby. By the way, post time I believe is 6:47 today, something like that.
It changed.
No, it's
it's 57.
I know exactly when it is. 6:57.
6:57. So we'll talk to. So we had a great show lined up today. I have a lot of stuff I want to talk to you about and engage our listeners. What effort an athlete, Josh? What athlete has given you an effort that will never forget, like playing through pain or significant injury?
Something heroic, something
there you go.
inspirational.
Something heroic,
I like that word.
inspirational. Somebody that played through pain.
Any
But I have
sport.
one caveat.
What?
When people text in at 609-403-0973, you can't give us Willis Reed and you can't give us Kirk Gibson because my mother could give us those.
Yeah.
No, I
So
They're good
I
ones.
want you guys out there who are
To really-
listening, because
there's a
Billy,
bunch of them.
you got a lot of different people listening
Right.
to your show. So when you text in at 609-403-0973, give us a version of either Willis Reed or
Yes.
Kirk Gibson, something heroic,
Yes.
something inspirational. Like, because Joel Embiid last night, as you mentioned before the show, Billy, he's got a broken face. He's coming off a concussion. He's got a ripped up thumb. He's out there with the mask on. He gets whacked in the mask.
It's a great
last
story.
night.
It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
great story.
Like, that's why I bet big last night on the Sixers to win.
Listen to him.
Because my thing
Oh.
was, if they were going to win a game, well, you
He's
should have listened to
smiling.
Game Night last night here on 97.3 ESPN. My God, you would have been with me and the rest of the degenerates who would have been like, hey, guess what? Embiid's coming back. The crowd's going to be behind him. He's going to be wearing the Phantom of the Opera mask.
Phantom of the
You
Opera.
knew they were going to win
By
last
the way,
night.
my good friend Louis Cappelli went to the game last night, and I'm texting him. I didn't know he was there. He starts texting me pictures. He sat next to Pat Riley.
Oh,
Did it, was he?
Yeah, I
Oh,
got it right
nice.
here. He sent me a picture last night. As a
legend,
matter of
right?
fact,
That's
he
a
was
legend
so,
right
He
there.
was so
Yeah.
close to the court, Louis was, and I'm mad at him. He was so close to the court. Let's see if I get the picture.
That is a legend, though.
What
Yeah,
I mean, Lou, he's right. Look, there's Pat Riley right there.
man.
I
Yeah.
mean, Louis should have just
You know,
gone and
see-
asked him to come on the locker room with
I
Billy
said,
Schwein.
look
Come
at
on.
Lou, give me his phone number.
Call in tomorrow.
All right. The first hour of the locker was powered. We had a lot to talk about. We're going to try to cheer you up on a rainy Saturday, dreary Saturday here in the locker room. The first hour of the locker room was powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers, sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, from the shore to center city, and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Of course, Surety Title is celebrating 30 years of outstanding business there. That's why they're the best. They've been around the longest because they know what they're doing. My Winter Watchdog. Have you heard of New Jersey's premier vacant home management service, My Winter Watchdog? You know those worrisome thoughts that creep in your mind every time you hear of a storm coming and the daunting task of driving down to the shore to check on the house, hours of time on the road, or if you live in Florida during the winter or you're away for an extended period of time. Let My Winter Watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They offer a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter worry you. They'll give your house that lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869. Or send Debbie an email, Debbie@mywinterwatchdog.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, Josh Henning, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers playoff basketball tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McInnes, calling all the play-by-play action.
Into the lane back. What a layup. What a play. It's the playoff and a brilliant pass. Hard with a two-hand bounce pass.
It's Sixers Heat Game 4. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Philadelphia 76ers playoff basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN FM.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get access. Well, not anymore, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide with deals like our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month and no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for $249, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Dell Technologies wants to celebrate all your hard work with these Small Business Month specials. Get great value offers on powerful laptops, desktops, and servers with Windows 11 Pro starting at $499, plus top monitors and docks, all with easy financing options through Dell Financial Services. It's the perfect time to upgrade so you and your team can stay secure from anywhere. Call a Dell Technologies advisor at 877-ASK-DELL. That's 877-ASK-DELL to refresh your business tech with these Small Business Month specials. Dell recommends Windows 11 Pro for business.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, 97.3 ESPN, streaming live on the YouTube channel, the locker room, Billy Schwein. Facebook, Billy Schwein. We got a text board question today at 609-403-0973. One player, give us a player that has made a lasting impression. He played through pain, made an inspirational game that he played hurt, was a significant injury, and played through pain.
Yeah, and also
and his
you
team
can,
won.
And whatever else you want to text in about.
Yeah.
You know, with the doors are open for you guys to text in the locker room at 609-403-0973. I know a lot of people out there are very emotional after the game last night, so maybe you want to chime in about that as well.
609-403-0973. Now, Carlin, I want to address the coaches, coach/manager. Doc Rivers did it again. Condescended to the fans of Philadelphia, Philadelphia 76ers. Joe Girardi is not. He doesn't seem like he's got any energy or fight in him he comes across. He's there.
He's just there
collecting a paycheck. And managers, I don't think can win you games, but they can lose you games.
Oh yeah,
100%.
Right?
I agree with that.
You guys believe that? So we have a problem here. Like right now, if you look at this situation, I would have to say Nick Sirianni's the best coach in Philadelphia.
Right now.
Flyers
don't have a coach.
Right?
I mean,
Flyers
Doc
don't even
Rivers,
have one.
Like I have a right now after Doc Rivers this year, I have a disdain for him. I don't like and I hate to say that. You want to root for your guys. You want to like your guys. He makes it hard for you to like him.
You're not wrong.
Yeah, and I don't think he's going to be here after this year. I really don't.
So
I don't think
we're
he's gonna be
winning
here.
in spite of this guy. All right, Joel Embiid gets on the court.
Players.
All right, now
It's 'cause
my
of players.
I'm going to give you my Herculean effort.
Yeah.
Guy that played through pain and won. How about and I don't even like this guy. I was not a big Donovan McNabb fan, but guess what? My man played on a broken ankle. I was at that game. He played. You
That's
see,
hard
he
to do.
played on a
Of course,
broken.
Billy was at that game.
That's hard to do.
He played on a broken ankle, and they won that game. He could easily gone out. I wasn't a big Donovan McNabb fan. Ball was in the dirt over their heads. You could never hit the guys in stride. He was very frustrated. All the talent he had, he was a clown.
You always hear about this story about throwing up in the huddle.
Yeah.
And do you really think that happened?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I've talked
I
to-
never really asked
Well,
someone
listen,
that would
I don't know a full-fledged throw up because I was at that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, it might not have been like a full,
It
like,
wasn't a full throw. Yeah.
Like it wasn't.
It's always stuck in my head. Like,
I've
did the guy
talked to
really throw up?
several, not several. I've talked to a few players.
Can I just give you a really quick non-sport
Yeah.
story? So my 8th grade year, I was in choir. Okay, and
You don't look like a choir
Sing
guy.
a song. Come on, Jess. Sing one song.
Don't
Give me a
wreck
verse.
my
no,
show. We gotta
don't.
get show
Let's not derail the show more than I want to. But the point is that, and we used to perform for Christmas stuff at the Pack Center down
Right.
in Mill Township.
Right.
But the way it worked was that it was like the 7th and 8th graders were together, right? And then the 5th and 6th. So it was like 2 grade. So we're waiting for our turn, and the 4th and 5th graders were on the stage, and this kid, he wasn't feeling well for whatever reason. I don't know why they let him even get up on the stage. He started walking up the stage, and when I say projectile vomit across the entire Performing Arts Center smelled like rancid the rest of the night, and it was so disgusting. But when we got the video of the performance, and we kept rewinding and fast forwarding in and out of his mouth.
So listen, who's your one player? And I'm going to ask you, Josh.
Yeah.
Who's your one player, Carlin, that made a lasting impression on you? By the way, 609-403-0973 is the text board. Who's your player that played through adversity, pain, a significant injury to lead his team to victory? Now, like what you said, Willis Reed and
Kirk Gibson.
Kirk Gibson.
Forget them.
Right. You can't, 'cause everybody knows
I'm
those
going to
guys.
stay in the basketball mold, and this is a player that I really disliked. But I got to give him credit. When you watch this on like the ESPN greatest games of all time,
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yeah.
Isaiah Thomas literally couldn't walk. Forget about running. He
Right.
couldn't walk. And then you would see him during the game just biting his lip and just trying to get through it, or he'd make a basket and fall down and can't go to. You just watch that game.
Yeah, I saw a piece on that. I think it was a 30 for 30 or whatever.
One of them.
Yeah.
I was unbelievable. Josh, who's yours?
I'm gonna go with Kurt Schilling.
Oh, with the bloody sock.
Because remember, he had to. So for those who don't remember, he had ripped ligaments in his ankle, and they had to suture the ankle together.
Right.
But the problem was
That's
that
a good one.
it was it was bleeding through the suture, and Schilling said that the adrenaline was so much he wasn't even in pain for half the game. He didn't realize he was bleeding until later.
I remember that TV camera kept zooming in on him. Right.
And I mean, right into
Right
it.
on the 609-403-0973.
I remember it was Tim McCarver and Joe Buck on the World Series call that year. And McCarver was like, I can't believe this guy is pitching with that much blood coming out.
I will say this. I was too young for Willis Reed.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that? You're younger than I am. What am I talking about? You don't remember that, do you?
I'm not live, but I've
But
seen
I saw
it.
Kirk Gibson. I was in LA, actually. I was when Kirk Gibson hit that home run against the Eckersley. Those calls from Vince
Going around
Scully,
second base.
I was, you know where I was? I was at the LA Forum watching a Flyers LA Kings game. And
Right
they
there.
they put that up on the Fanavision.
Oh, nice.
It was like you would the game almost like the players would stop watching. During the game, they put it on. The crowd went nuts.
You know what's really something?
That was, to me, that's probably the most heroic thing I've ever seen in sports. But Donovan McNabb playing on a broken ankle.
I'm telling you, I'm lucky enough to know really good friends, like Lydell Mitchell, I told you.
Okay.
And he's introduced me to Franco Harris many times. It got him. But when you talk to those guys who played back then,
right,
it was nothing like today.
No.
I mean, he goes, Mike, guys would play with their shoulders were dislocated at halftime. They went out and played.
Yeah.
They'd play with it broken this, broken that. He goes, it was nothing like today.
But Billy, isn't that why guys love Embiid? Because he is a throwback,
well, and
right?
I was going to say this, Josh. I'm glad you said that because, and we're going to get to the sports book here in a few minutes. I'm glad you brought that up because everybody accuses him of he's always hurt, and he has been. He's always hurt. Mm-hmm. He's this. He doesn't play anything. Back-to-back. Guess what? This year, he's for me. He's silent all those. Even though he has had the injuries, he's played through them, and he should, in my estimation, guys, he should be the MVP. Now, whether he gets that or not, we don't know. That remains to be seen. But I think if he doesn't get it, it's a travesty.
I agree with you.
I agree.
Unfortunately,
I mean, he should have won it last year.
But it's not the playoffs.
Yeah, but Josh, he should have won it last year. But this year, it's undisputed in my mind. I know the joke.
Well, listen,
you're from Philadelphia.
Here's the thing, Bill. The players in the NBA agree with you.
Right.
Yeah. Draymond Green, Kevin Durant, Kyle Lowry, Jimmy Butler, Trae Young. They've all said Joel Embiid should be the MVP. So the players in this league believe he's the MVP.
I take their
but they're not the ones who vote, and that's the problem.
All right. So we have the Kentucky Derby today. I don't know if you got this, but on Twitter, the sportsbook Consigliere posted a picture of him with the hat. Yeah. You see that with the so we'll see what he wears today.
Yeah.
Because he's up next. Now, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers, sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that help you through the entire process, from contract signing to closing, from the shore to Center City and every place in between. Surety Title is there for you. With 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA, that's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati, the main line, located just minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan or the class-leading Levante. By the way, it was pouring rain in Carlin on the way down, right, on the expressway.
Yeah.
And I saw a Levante just cutting right through that water. So that car is a powerful car. It's the only SUV worthy of being called a Maserati. Maserati, the main line, also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience does not end at the point of a sale, as Maserati, the main line, offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at RDS Auto Group at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at motml.com. All right, when we return, we'll go to Las Vegas and talk to the sportsbook Consigliere. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The NBA playoffs continue on ESPN Radio.
Blocked by Melton. Everything going Memphis way. Melton liftoff to Morant for the alley-oop.
Ja Morant drops 47 and leads the Grizzlies to a critical Game 2 win over the Warriors. Now the series shifts to San Francisco. Can Memphis make it 2 straight? Or will Steph Curry and the Warriors retake the series lead? Game 3 of the Warriors and Grizzlies. Coverage begins today at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Listen to the NBA playoffs exclusively on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hi, this is Camden County Commissioner Director Lou Cappelli with some quick COVID vaccine facts. First, if you haven't received the booster shot, you are not fully protected. 99% of our positive cases are people who haven't been boosted. Second, growing up, almost all of us were vaccinated to protect us from infectious diseases. And COVID vaccines are no different. This is your shot. Make it count. And remember, if you're not boosted, you're not fully protected. Visit CamdenCounty.com/vaccine for more information.
Want to show your favorite teacher some love? Staples has you covered.
Covered how?
This week, earn 20% back in classroom rewards on your in-store purchases to give to your favorite teacher for supplies.
So they can stock up on markers and crayons?
Staples has it covered.
Art and cleaning supplies?
Covered. During Teacher Appreciation Week, earn 20% back in classroom rewards for your favorite teacher or school, plus up to 5% back in Staples rewards for yourself. Download the Staples Connect app to sign up for classroom rewards. Valid in-store only, ends 5/7.
How do you make the most of your land? Shaw does it behind the wheel of a John Deere 1025R compact tractor.
Shaw stands for skilled hands at work.
And he lives up to the name as he uses his versatile tractor to make
the earth take the shape that I wanted to take.
And the Allens fire up their John Deere 3032E compact tractor
to grow about 9 acres of flowers.
Because the beauty of having land is deciding how to make it yours. There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. Learn how to make the most of yours at Deere.com. Nothing runs like a Deere.
It's the JCPenney Mother's Day sale. Shop now and save on gifts mom will love. Brighten her day with jewelry up to 70% off with coupon. Find something special at our store-wide Liz event with savings up to 40% off. Plus extended store hours Friday and Saturday. This Mother's Day, make her day truly monumental. Shopping is back. JCPenney. Offers valid on select items through 5/8. Liz event offer good through 5/16. Some exclusions apply. See store or jcp.com for details.
Plan your summer vacation now. Spirit Airlines is offering nonstop flights from Atlantic City International Airport to Boston, Atlanta, San Juan, Miami, and other exciting destinations. Book your low-cost flights today by visiting spirit.com.
All right, we're back here in the locker room on a dreary Saturday, but we got a big Sixers win last night. We got the Kentucky Derby today. The Phillies got rained out, so we can't be disappointed there.
Will you have a drink of choice while you're watching the Derby tonight?
It'll be a mint julep.
There you go. That's what I wanted to hear.
Let's go. Let's go now. Our favorite segment every Saturday throughout the year. We go out to Las Vegas. We get a little color out there. The guy, he's got to be recovering from last week's NFL draft.
Slept all
so
week.
maybe he was hibernating, but I don't know. We saw a picture of him with a nice bonnet on, his Kentucky Derby best. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan.
Golden State.
I thought you were going to wear Golden State. I thought you were going to wear a Derby hat.
I did that yesterday, Billy.
You look good, though.
It looks great.
I'm trying my best to keep up. We're always staying ahead in the book. So yesterday was the Derby stuff. This morning we're on to the basketball. Very important things going on. I mean, the Sixers brought us back to life, Billy. We thought they were dead. We thought they were done. And then they put the mask on. And we're back, baby.
Opera.
The whole new ball game now.
Oh, I love it. I absolutely love it. We're going to be okay.
So let me ask you this, Book, because I value your opinion, your insight.
Okay.
Do the Sixers have a legitimate chance to win this win this series now, even though the Miami Heat have the home court advantage? But Joel Embiid, we have a text board question up today, 609-403-0973. Name a player that has played a game that you can remember that has played through a significant injury and will his team to win.
Any sport.
In any sport.
Doesn't matter.
One player that sticks out. It can't be Kirk Gibson because everybody knows that one.
And Willis
Reed, everybody knows that one. Can you come up with a player that has made a significant impact on a team playing through significant pain and an injury?
I didn't know there was going to be a test, boys. This is you just throw it right at me. You know how early
it's 7:30 in the morning. It's 7:30 out there.
I mean, it's 7:30 in the morning, and I'm doing the Derby and all this other stuff. You're asking me to come up with a player that was injured and stuff. My goodness, No, I can't think of one off the top of my head. Josh, you didn't put this in the notes. What are you doing? Seriously, what are you
I
doing?
threw a curveball at you.
Man, oh man. Well, I got caught swinging. I don't know. Just like the Phillies did the other night against the Mets. I don't know what to tell you.
Dave,
That was probably the worst loss the Phillies have ever suffered, I think.
Dave, you're
Ever.
wearing the Golden State hat.
Yeah.
And shirt.
And shirt. I got the Bay.
I see
stand
that.
Up, stand up. Let me see that.
Let's
Stand
see
up.
that.
Let me
Look
see.
at the Bay.
Oh,
We're
I
at the
like
Bay.
that shirt.
How about that, Billy?
1-1 series there.
Yeah.
Where I really thought that I thought Memphis would hang around, but I'm starting to get a little scared about Memphis because I'm a Golden State fan too. And I wasn't scared, and now I'm getting a little scared.
Oh, Mike, Memphis could win this series. I mean, I
Yeah,
dressed like
that's what I'm
like
thinking.
John Morant's dad a couple days ago. I don't know if you saw me with the red Kangol and the whole thing and the sunglasses. I got that get up over here too. I mean, the line today's 7. Okay, 7 is that line of demarcation for me where I automatically look at the dog. Anything more than 2 possessions, more than 6. So I think Memphis is live. I don't know if they win the game today, but it's very close. It's very competitive. I think the whole series is. As a basketball fan, I want to see 7 games. I just want to see 7. But that would mean that game 7 would be in Memphis. And you give them a game 7.
Crazy.
I think anything can happen. I don't think – I mean, Golden State's the favorite, but not by much. And I think the line indicates that for sure. So just bet those games over most of the time. And today – I mean, on the side, I'm leaning Memphis. I am.
Okay.
We're talking to the sportsbook consigliere, Dave Sharapan. He checks in from Vegas every Saturday. Now, you got a little NFL draft hangover because your city was jumping, and now everybody's out of that town. Well, not everybody, but
Billy, the draft was over on Saturday. I was looking at basketball and hockey numbers the same day. Like, and the baseball never stops. So those people came, they all left. It was good to see everybody. It was good to see him leave, too. We've been running all week. It's okay. It's fine. And now this week, everybody's, I'm coming in for the Derby week. I'm like, I'm tired. People, like, seriously. It's going to be fun, though. Derby day is electric. Electric in the books because everybody has an opinion. I mean, it's 2 minutes. It's a horse race. People are betting on the names. They're betting on the colors. They're betting on the trainer. They're betting on the horse's lineage and pedigree and all that other stuff, or they just pick names out of a hat. Either way, whatever works, but everyone has an opinion. So even someone who doesn't bet sports usually comes in and throws a $2 win ticket on somebody. So I mean, I always looked forward to it because there was a full slate of sports as well, and you had a nice mix of people. Plus, I love the hats. I absolutely love the Derby.
Now, Dave, I had an opportunity to go to the Kentucky Derby a few years back. One of the best spectacles in sports. It's a must. If you have never had an opportunity, I had my Bill Blast blue blazer on. I had my khaki pants, white button down with a nice red tie, mint juleps in the infield.
You gotta stand out.
Man, I was styling. I was dating a flight attendant at the time. On air bombshell, right? We were walking around like we owned the place.
Man, oh man, I would expect
that a TV
nothing.
show on HBO Max?
Yeah.
She had a sundress on with a big hat, the one hat you were wearing yesterday.
I would expect nothing less from you, Billy. I need a picture or it didn't happen. That's awesome.
They were ripped up.
See, just
Somebody
like
got a hold of them.
hey Billy, just like most of the tickets after the race, they're all ripped up.
Ripped up, laying on the ground.
If you ain't cashing them, you're trashing them.
That's it, baby. That's what this is. It's a big build-up, 2 minutes of mostly throwing away the tickets. All this hype. People have been reading about this thing for weeks. They've been doing Derby prep races for months. Everybody, listen, there's more horse experts out this week than ever. Everybody's got an opinion. I mean, I got a guy, Frankie Fatstacks. He's in his place. I got Frankie Fatstacks' place right here. I got Sean O, the golf pro. I'm telling you, I got them all. Everybody come out. I said, oh, Frankie, here you go. So Frankie Fatstacks gave me $1 Exactabucks. 1, 6, 10, 12, 15. Okay, those are the numbers. And then Sean O, the golf pro, who's also a horse betting professional, 6, 12, 16, 19, over to 3 and 10. That's in the exacta box. Listen, both of these guys hit the Derby last year, okay? And and I played what they said, and I actually made a few hundred. So
all right, Dave, I need you to text me those numbers, Dave. After the show.
Billy, are you going to be able to play them? I mean, that's a lot.
Yeah, I'm going to. I got my.
Maybe I should text them to Josh, and then.
No, I want you to.
Listen.
No, if I play them, I'll jinx them.
Oh, well then I'm not going to give them to you. If you're going to tell me you're going to jinx them, Billy, I ain't giving you the numbers.
Was it 2 years ago? There was a photo finish, right? They took it away. Remember, was that 2 years ago? And then last year,
Billy, I don't remember yesterday. I don't remember. What the hell are you talking about?
No, but I think that was like 4 years ago.
It was 4 years ago. I remember that. And then last year, of course, the horse was they disqualified him because he had something in his system.
That was ridiculous.
Like it was his fault.
Like it was his fault. It's the red.
Well, I mean,
you know what's really something about this race today for me? Growing up as a kid, I wasn't a big horse race, but the Kentucky Derby to me was like, if you don't play golf, you still watch the Masters.
Exactly,
it's the first one.
Exactly.
I can remember as a kid being so excited to watch it, and as the race was going on, I'll never forget. Every year, like today, I'll be waiting for the last turn when you hear that guy saying,
and they're coming
down the stretch they come. I mean,
the
you
best.
just get excited. It's like,
the best.
Oh my God, here it comes.
He made that call every year, Mike, and you're right, because you could hear like, and
you
now
were there.
With the HD and the cameras and the way they make that turn, and he goes, down the stretch they come, and you're like, whoa, here we go.
Yeah.
You know,
that's what it gets me excited.
You know what it is? It's almost like summer's coming, like down this. Here we go, like springtime into summer, transition into summer. You know, you got the Kentucky Derby, the running for the roses, the spectacle. It's unbelievable. Dave, so you got to text me those numbers so I can play them.
I will. What about the Boston and Milwaukee game?
I was going to say what I was going to go to next. I was the one game that I saw. I think I saw game one, and I thought that Milwaukee was pretty dominant in that game. I didn't see game two, and the Celtics won that game. What do you make out of that series? Because that's look. I said to you guys down the stretch, like,
did you see
6 weeks? Watch out for the Celtics.
With 30 seconds left, they kept zooming in on the freak standing on the sidelines. They took him out. He looked, as you know what I mean.
Exhausted.
Am I allowed to say he was pissed off?
He was mad.
You could tell.
Oh, yeah.
He was
mad.
fuming, and it was like, okay, you got this game. Wait to see next game. I mean, he's going to come out. I think it's going to be one of those 42 points, 20 rebounds. I mean,
he's a throwback.
Yeah, he's
a throwback.
Something.
Yep.
But that's going to be that's a 7-game series to me. Easy.
I think so too. I think Milwaukee wins game 3. Boston wins game 4 is the way I'm looking at it right now. So I like Milwaukee today. Giannis props over because I think the numbers have been adjusted down because he had a bad game. So keep an eye on that.
Good calls.
I just can't believe the impact that Embiid had on that game yesterday.
Yes.
And that turned around that whole series. I mean, he is the MVP. He's not, hopefully he wins it. All this talk of, he's not going to win it. Maybe he won't. But going forward, the game's Sunday, tomorrow. Phoenix is favored at Dallas after losing yesterday. This is what happens. It's a zigzag theory, et cetera, et cetera. Phoenix will probably win game 4. I think the Sixers win game 4 tomorrow.
Nice.
Even up the series. All right. And then we got 2-2, and we got a shot to move to the Eastern Conference Finals. Guys, the hockey. Here's one for you. The team that scored first, there's been 20 NHL playoff games. 18 times the team that scored first won the game. So if you got an account, you want to bet an in-game, 18-2.
Wow.
When they get the first goal. So
I'm writing that one down too, right there.
If you can pick who's going to score the first goal before the game, and they do, you're pretty much good to go. I mean, that's 18-2 is ridiculous. It's 90%.
That's
Dave, it's good that you brought that to our attention because here in Philly, this area, South Jersey, hockey's been over since January. We didn't even know hockey was still going.
Was over in November.
Okay. We didn't even know it's still playing.
I didn't want to mention the Flyers. I mean, because I know that. I mean, listen, it's been over for a number of years in Philadelphia. I'm just saying. It's been a rough stretch right now for Flyer fans, but the hockey's been incredible. There's 4 games today. They start early in the morning. Out west, Florida's playing Washington. They're going to probably go over in that game. Colorado, Nashville's a tough game because Colorado's minus 225 or 230 on the road at Nashville. Then the Rangers play my Penguins. And we got this guy, Deming, who had spicy pork and broccoli in between periods and won game one. And he said afterward, not the best.
Right.
All right, well, game 2 was not the best for the Penguins, and now the Rangers are favored in game 3 at Pittsburgh.
I mean, Dave, that's going to be one of the greatest post-game interviews ever, right?
Ever.
I had a meal. I didn't know I was coming in. What'd you eat? Spicy pork and broccoli. Then he pauses, and he's like, wasn't that good?
He just goes, not the best. With the French-Canadian accent, it was like the movie Slapshot when the guy said, you go to the penalty box, you feel shame. But it was real. It was unbelievable. I posted on Twitter. I got almost 50,000 views on that thing. I mean, you can post all this fun stuff and real stuff. You post that. It was one of the best post-game interviews I've ever seen.
Follow the Sportsbook Consigliere at SportsBK Consig. Of course, you can follow him on Cash Considerations. Beat the Bostonian versus the Book. I watched that, Dave. You got it going on. You're everywhere, and we love you here every Saturday in the locker room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN. Thanks, buddy.
Great job, man. It's sunny in Vegas. Make sure you get them umbrellas out.
All right, Dave. We'll see you next week. There he is, Dave Sharapan, the Sportsbook Consigliere, live on the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline. He's great, isn't he? I love him.
Sunny in Vegas.
I love him. Sunny in Vegas. All right, the first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers, sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with 15 office locations in New Jersey and PA. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900. Hey, just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey to attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. All right, when we return, we'll wrap up hour number 1. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Major League Baseball this weekend on ESPN Radio.
Turning, looking out of here. Freddie Freeman right there. He got all over it.
They're chanting every time I go up to bat. Now I feel like I got to do something special every time.
Freddie Freeman leads the Los Angeles Dodgers into Wrigley Field to face Ian Happ and the Chicago Cubs.
Ian Happ has done it again, and it's 5-0.
Coverage begins today at 1:30 Eastern. Listen to Major League Baseball on 97.3 ESPN.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is Mike Herron. You've heard me talk about my experiences playing football at the Naval Academy on The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. I'm here to tell you about a company with the same high level of integrity and dedication that it takes to be successful on the football field. Best Property Maintenance. When you need cleaning and janitorial services you can trust, call Best Property Maintenance. They'll take care of your property from top to bottom, commercial and residential, fully licensed and insured. Call Best today. When you want it done right and on time, call Best. They'll do the rest. Call today 609-926-2378 or go online at bestpropertynj.com.
Everyone knows that Nature Valley Crunchy Bars are, well, crunchy. What they don't know is that they're also packed with 16 grams of whole grains, ready to help you get out there. Nature Valley, for every adventure.
This week on RVER, sponsored by Progressive Insurance.
Hey, Chief, we got a damaged RV on its way to the OR.
Well, that sounds like a job for the new head of RV surgery.
Wait, are you promoting me?
Congrats, Martinez.
Doctor, that RV's flatlining. Hi.
Well, that sounds like the job for the new head of nursing.
So you're just promoting everyone now.
Yeah, kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
When your RV really needs saving, Progressive has you covered. See if you could save with a leader in RV insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, covered subject to policy terms.
5G is here, but the big carriers want you to sign a pricey long-term contract to get access. Well, not anymore, because Straight Talk Wireless has rolled out 5G coverage nationwide with deals like our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month and no contract. And get a Samsung Galaxy A32 5G for $249, all on America's best networks. 5G coverage, 5G phones, less money. Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
South Jersey Advanced Health Solutions, South Jersey's premier clinic for allergy elimination and Lyme disease, effective treatment of chronic mold and all food and environmental allergies, and the only clinic in New Jersey to fully treat the red meat allergy known as alpha-gal, specializing in allergy elimination, Lyme disease, fertility, autoimmune disorders, adult and childhood ADD, ADHD, learning disabilities, insomnia, headaches, and all types of pain. Contact them today, 856-285-4788 to start feeling better, or visit them online at sjadvancehealth.com.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, 97.3 ESPN. Follow us on my YouTube channel.
YouTube.
The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Facebook, Billy Schwein. Josh, we have some text messages that came in.
Yes, we do. The people have spoken at 609-403-0973. Paul from Millville chimes in and says, I have to bring up Carson Wentz throwing a touchdown on the torn ACL against the Rams. That's from Paul in Millville.
He played hurt. That was against the Rams, right?
Got to give it to him.
Yep.
Got to give it to him. Good call, Paul. Good text.
Another text had 2 points. He says, one, my favorite is Kurt Schilling in the bloody sock.
Okay, he agrees with you.
The other thing he said is, I'm glad Joel Embiid is back because I'm tired of the last week or so listening to everybody trying to figure out who to blame for the Sixers' 2 losses just because Embiid was out. I got old listening to that.
You know what amazes me, and we talked about this earlier, that how much Joel Embiid means to this team. I mean, let me ask you this, Carlin. Who means more to their team? Does Giannis mean more to Milwaukee than Embiid does to the Sixers?
It's about the same.
I think Milwaukee's got a better supporting cast than Embiid does.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Giannis. If you watch games this past couple of years, not just maybe the past 3-4 years, right, Mike? It's like you see the Bucks without Giannis. They don't have the it factor. Yeah. They don't have the drive. No offense to Middleton and those other guys.
Same with the Sixers.
Yeah, but it's almost like the players on the court when the freak's not on the court. It's almost like
they have no juice.
We don't know what to do. Yeah, they're not excited.
And by the way, guys,
he steps on the court, everything changes.
I'm going to make another observation. See what we're doing right now? Embiid, Giannis, Embiid, blah, blah. We haven't even talked about James Harden and his, I think, mediocre performance last night. If that might be even sugarcoated.
The first game was so bad.
I mean, come on,
and then he followed up with the second game.
I've been saying this for a while, and if I hear one more person talk to me about basketball players' IQ in the NBA, I'm going to punch the TV. Everyone on TV and the radio needs to shut up about basketball players' IQ. I think James Harden's basketball IQ is completely overrated. You can't have that many turnovers. You can't play that sloppy a basketball.
He's a plus 27. Though.
I mean, there was a point last night where the rest of the team is running the offense, okay? Right. And B's doing a high post screen. Maxey's cutting to the baseline. Danny Green's floating in and out of the corner through screens. And Harden's just dribble. Like, pass the ball!
He was a plus 27.
I don't care about his plus minus. My eyes tell me
right. I watched the game.
Exactly.
Okay.
He's getting slower.
Yeah, something's
and maybe it's going to come out when the season's over. I'm hoping he's going to say, guys, I didn't want to make a big deal about it, but I'm hurt. I am playing on it, and maybe that's it.
And
I don't know. But he's not the same.
How about his facial expressions too? I mean, he looks like he knows something's wrong.
Or sometimes he looks like he doesn't care.
Like he doesn't care.
Like if
he looks
defeated.
The
ball, and you throw the ball out of bounds, and it's your mistake.
Mike, I think he cares. I just think he looks defeated. Like he knows there's something wrong, but he won't admit it because he's being a tough guy.
Another text. We got another text.
Dan and EHT chimes in at 609-403-0973. It's text board. He has 3 quick things. One, he says his favorite was Terrell Owens playing on the not fully healed broken leg. He should have been the Super Bowl MVP.
And he had 127 yards or something like that game. Receptions that game.
Danny HC said he should have been the Super Bowl MVP if they would have won. He also says that Joel Embiid wearing the mask is intimidating, and they should make shirts that say "Fear the Mask."
It's like a movie.
Right,
It's like a movie.
Danny HC also says it's hard to accept, but the Mets are really good this year.
Going back to Harden real
How about
quick.
that? Danny HC covered 3 topics for you, Bill.
Man, he had to break my heart with the Mets.
When you go back to the Harden, think about where he came from. And I think it's starting to creep into his head. Our media, he's not used to our media. Oklahoma doesn't have our media. Houston doesn't have our. He wasn't in New York long enough, and he had Durant doing stuff. He comes here, and now he's starting to hear about. What do you mean?
I think that's what
do you mean I'm not
Doc's
going to get a
problem is,
max contract? What do you mean about all this stuff? I think is in his head, and I think he's worrying about every time
but,
he dribbles,
his
every time he
performance
shoots.
on the court would rectify all that. Right?
Well,
Well, if he would stop making dumb plays, and rectify it too.
I think he's like,
you got that much money hanging over your head that
you know,
the possibility you're going to let.
When you walk on the court and you feel like you're walking on eggshells, you're in trouble.
But guess what,
And
Mike?
how
That's
he's
the
playing.
difference between guys like Giannis and Embiid and
Correct.
these other guys. Giannis and Embiid are like, I'm here to play. You play to win the game.
Yeah.
And these other guys are sweating things like Ben Simmons, who gets microfracture back surgery.
But still,
Didn't play at all.
I'm glad Simmons is out of here. By the
Didn't
way,
play a
by the
minute.
way, he's having surgery on his back.
He already had it.
Oh, did he have it already?
Yeah.
Couldn't care. Remember, we wanted anybody for him. I don't care. We got nothing.
we
We
got
got
a
rid
bag
of
of
him.
balls?
Cancer, get rid of. That's what it was.
First hour's in the books. That went flying by. It's a dreary Saturday, but not here in the locker room. We got it going on. We got some passion, guys. We even have Josh screaming into the mic. I know how to hit his buttons. All right. Hour 2, we'll talk with with Jeffrey Nash from FastlaneHandicapper.com about the Kentucky Derby. We'll talk Sixers, we'll talk Phillies, and we'll get a little Eagles into it.
Yeah.
It's the locker room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, right here on 97.3 ESPN and the mobile app.
A new fusion of flavor, friendly competition, and fiery foods. That's the Chili Knockout and Spicy Food Fest, Saturday, May 21st. Orange Loop Arena, New York Avenue in Atlantic City. It's an opportunity for culinary discovery. Chili Knockout is a food festival devoted to exploring all things flavorful and spicy. It's an interactive, you be the judge, chili cook-off, and a day out with friends and family, supporting this seaside community culinary scene. It's a kickoff to spring like no other. Tickets are available now at chilliknockout.com. Produced by Good Time Tricycle.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish is...
It's pretty bad.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind. Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
No matter your learning style or experience level, Babbel has lessons designed for you that will get you speaking quickly and confidently.
I tried learning Spanish before, but I couldn't stick with it until I found Babbel.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said, now we speak Spanish.
I can't wait to use our new language skills on our upcoming adventures.
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
At Ocean First Bank, our first thought is you. We put you first in all we do. Community banking for a century. We treat you like your family. Whatever you need, whatever you dream, let's make it a reality. Ocean First Bank, putting you first.
With online and mobile banking, managing your accounts has never been easier, right from the comfort of your own living room or even the sidelines at your son's Little League game. In fact, you'll have access to your accounts anytime from just about anywhere.
Whatever you need, whatever you dream, let's make it a reality. Ocean First Bank, putting you first.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Opportunity Lender.
If you work remote, Staples has you covered.
A mid-mod desk chair to rejuvenate my ho-hum workspace.
Staples has you covered.
A place to put my papers so I can be more productive.
A storage cabinet that I can roll out of the way on weekends.
Staples has you covered with remote workspace solutions. And now get 25% off storage and filing products, chair mats, decor, and lighting with the purchase of an office chair or desk. Explore solutions for your remote workspace at Staples, the working and learning store. Ends 5/28 in store only.
Pro, Progressive Fence and Rail.
Homeowners, contractors, and builders choose Progressive to supply, deliver, and install fencing and railing for privacy, protection, and perfection. Plus outdoor showers, decks, awnings, and more. Serving Atlantic, Cape May, and Ocean counties. Ready to work with the best? Progressive is hiring sales, installation, clerical, and management professionals. If you're ready to win, call Progressive today.
ProgressiveFenceandRail.com.
South Jersey's play-by-play home for the Eagles,
Touchdown!
Sixers,
Touchdown!
and Flyers.
Oh, big save by Carter Hart.
97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City, a Town Square media station.
Red 83.
Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Get me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, 97.3 ESPN, and rain-soaked Saturday. But the Sixers provided a little sunshine on us last night with a big W.
We went to bed happy.
And we needed this area. Philly sports fans needed that win last night because of what happened with the Philadelphia Phillies the night before against those stinking Mets and Jeff Dallin. I mean,
seven runs in the ninth inning.
Here, Aaron Nola goes 7 innings.
Strong innings.
Yeah. Gives up 1 run. I think only 3 hits, right?
And we've been on his back.
But the thing is, he threw 101 pitches, though.
The last two, his last two starts, or he's getting there.
Yeah,
now.
He's getting there. So, I mean, for them to lose that game in the way they did, it was
collapse of the bullpen,
right?
And we really haven't had that, but we were always talking about it, and now it flashed right in our face.
Do you think that's just an aberration? Do you think the bullpen's bad? I think they just had
I'm hoping it's a bad.
I want to think they just had a bad night. Right?
It's one of those things where the ball starts rolling downhill and they couldn't stop.
No,
seven runs is a lot of runs in 1 inning.
Familia came in, he shut them down. So they got to the 9th innings where they melted down. But I'm not going to blame Joe Girardi for that. What I'm blaming Joe Girardi for is he has no life. When Schwarber got thrown out of the game, Angel Hernandez was the umpire. You're telling me he couldn't come out and stick up for his teammate? He's got no fire. He looks like he's collecting a paycheck, Mike.
Well, maybe he knows. I mean, he's been here for a long time. I mean, not here, but in baseball. Okay, and I'm going to give him the benefit. You're going to tell me to come to the company line. It's a long season. I was going to say we just got into May. It's a long season. He's been doing it year after year after year. He's thinking to himself, "We got a good team. Give us a little time. We'll work it together." That's what I think he's thinking.
The fact that the Phillies by the way, Bryce Harper is
that was gone
as
man,
a
he hit that.
Did you
boom,
see that?
It was like a rocket.
But let me tell you, he hasn't hit well in the DH spot. He hasn't hit well in the DH spot.
Where would you put him?
I don't know. I mean, it's obviously a significant injury. He can't throw the ball.
Yeah.
Right. He's gonna probably have to have surgery.
You don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that.
But why? So what? Tell me, Mike. Why do you think when players, when athletes, and I think I know what you're going to say. When athletes play a role that they're not used to, why does that mess up their production? So, in other words, say what they did with Scott Kingery.
One word: uncomfortable. They don't
feel
comfortable.
But you still get in the batter's box and hit. Like, why would where Scott Kingery, and I'm just using him as an example, why would when Scott Kingery was being moved around from second to third to center field, why would that mess up his hitting?
Because he's worrying about other stuff. He's not just worrying about one thing.
So he's going up the plate in the back of his mind. He's saying, "Oh, I gotta."
Yeah, because maybe he made a mistake on the last inning that you didn't catch, but he caught, and he was like, "Man, who else caught? Did my manager catch?" They're thinking about stuff that we're not thinking about. Let me ask you a question. Here's a question. Let's just say you started doing the producer stuff every once in a while.
All right.
Would you feel more comfortable if you knew at the last second, hey, Billy, today you're not going to be the host.
Yeah,
you're going to help out on that.
No, because if I was sitting in this producing,
you feel comfortable doing what you're doing.
But that's extra work. He's not doing extra work. Matter of fact, if anything, he's doing less work. Bryce Harper's only the DH. Right? So you can't make that a comparison.
Okay.
Right? Can you make? I mean, if I sat in Josh's seat and I'd had to multitask because that's not one of my strengths. All right. Okay. But if I had to do that, you
wouldn't like it.
I wouldn't like it. Pete Thompson is transitioning into that. I mean, he's doing a great job, but he said it's difficult.
I would think he's been doing it for a long time.
All right, but you see my point.
Yeah.
So Bryce Harper, he's not in the field. All he has to do is concentrate on hitting, and he's actually slumped. Now we all know that when you baseball batters, you ebb and flow, you streaky and up and down.
Would you say it's a perfect position for him to be in now, Bryce Harper, just to be the DH, just concentrate on hitting, as good a hitter
well,
as
he's
he
got
is?
an injury, right?
Yeah. So
I mean,
let's
Joe
keep
Girardi,
him where he is.
I think the biggest problem with this team is Joe Girardi right now. I mean,
you don't like he has no fire.
I don't think a manager can win you games.
They can lose them,
but he can lose them for you. And I don't think,
especially when it comes to pitching in the bullpen and stuff like that, who he's popping in when he wants to pop him in could be a huge.
But the Newble, he's a closer.
I can't think of the guy who was pitching in the eighth inning.
Familia, and then Norwood and Newble.
Why couldn't you just keep those same thing going into the ninth? Why'd you really have to change?
Well, because Familia threw a full inning. He did his job. And
so we got guys now that can only pitch one inning.
Where have you been? That's how it's been for the last 10, 15, 20 years.
I understand that. But when you're pitching really good, like if you're only pitching 20, you're getting guys out after 2-3 pitches, and you're up by 7 runs, you let them start the ninth.
Well, I guess,
and God forbid they score 1 or 2, then pull them.
So there's another aspect.
Their arms are warm.
The closer is it Knuble?
Knuble.
Knuble. When he came in, maybe like they say that when you're not in a save opportunity, you're up by 4 runs or more, and you're not in a save opportunity,
you're loose.
You're not as focused or as dialed in as you should be.
You're loose.
You're more or less you're just coming in to get work, right?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3. You're thinking in your mind 1, 2, 3.
1, 2, 3. I'm out, and then next thing you know, he gives up 2 home runs, and
now we're trouble.
So the only thing Girardi could have done is pull him out when it was tied and put somebody in. He didn't do that, so but that's not why I'm upset with Joe Girardi. I just don't think he has the fire like he thought. Like in this area, what do people want? What do fans want? They want a passionate. Like Larry Bowa's loved it. I think people love to have Larry Bowa back as a manager.
In Philly, you have to have a little fire underneath you at all times.
Doc Rivers is condescending to the fans. He definitely hasn't done anything to win their love and their admiration.
Yeah.
Right? Larry Bowa, people love him. Charlie Manuel, they love him. Joe Girardi, he just comes across as like a smug, like he's collecting a paycheck.
And remember, he's probably one of those guys that is listening to I think he does listen to his other coaches. So he could be calling down to the bullpen, and the guy on the other end is saying, tonight's not his night. You don't want him in there. So you don't know what he has to pick from to put guys in. It's not always just him. You do have a pitching coach. You do have a bullpen coach.
And
so when they're down there practicing, we don't know what's going on. We don't know what their speed is, or are they in the zone or not?
Right. The frustration, Like, how does a team come back from that? I mean, that was probably one of the worst losses that Phillies hit. Like, one-game losses in their history.
And you wouldn't mind if you were on the road and you were playing Arizona
or
Texas, a team hard to see. This was the Mets.
This is the Mets.
And
I got to have now, Jeff Dowling was calling. Jeff, you want to call back. But Jeff, like when you have a friend that's like, I got to hear him texting me, calling me. He's going to call here in a few seconds. I'll give him his due because I'm fair.
He's going to gain a lot of weight. You just keep paying for his lunch.
I'm going to owe lunch all summer long.
Man.
And the Hamburger Construction Company is no longer there.
No.
Frank Unger's joint was destroyed in that fire at Playland.
Yeah. Well, and it was the Mets. It was just bad that it was the Mets. I could have lost to anybody else.
Mets are a good team. Dan from EHT said it.
Come on.
I hate to say it. The Mets are a good team.
They're like 19-8 or something, aren't they? Yeah, the Mets are 19-8.
I think our boy Jeff's calling here. He's, we're gonna.
Do you know who's pitching today? You got two good pitchers.
Well, they're gonna get rained out. Don't you think they're gonna get rained out? All right, we got Mr. Met on the line. All right, let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome in. Look, it's his birthday today, so I'm gonna let him gloat. All right, he's got to sing the Met song. Happy birthday to Mr. Met.
No.
Happy birthday, Mr. Met. That's the best present you ever had.
Oh, thank you. That's kind of a nice win there for sure.
You think?
Absolutely. But you know what? Let's get this, little bit straight. You know, I wasn't silent the whole first half of the game. You were texting me.
Yeah, but I initiated the text because we were up.
7-1. 7-1. And I said, I know, I'm watching. And then you kept saying,
we're having a bad connection.
Yeah.
Like, are you drinking or what's up? And then now I heard that you were.
I was 3 whiskey waters deep.
Yeah. And I told you I would send laugh, ha the whole night.
Yeah, you text me the next morning.
Oh yeah.
So listen, and then
you were gloating.
Listen,
you were gloating because you scored all those runs in the first couple of innings against an injured pitcher.
I neglected to tell everybody that. Yes, that's why when I said I heard crickets from him, I was the one that was gloating. I was nailing him. And then isn't that poetic justice that he comes back and swings 180 to me? But Jeff, how about this, you guys? Josh, so after the Mets totally destroy us, he invites me. He wants to buy tickets and take me to the Phillies game today. The Mets game. Like to rub my nose in it.
In the rain. Sitting in the rain.
Absolutely.
Listen, I don't know. I'm at the
amazing. The Mets are 300 or 0. No, I should say that now. The Mets are 1-330 when coming into the ninth inning, losing by 6 runs. Our one win out of 130 times we went into the ninth inning, losing.
All right. I don't want to hear about the Mets. We're done. We're done with you, Jeff. Let me just tell you this. Good luck. I'm gonna have to reevaluate our bettings for the series for the rest of the baseball season. After that one. All right, buddy. Thanks and happy birthday, Jeff.
Happy birthday, buddy.
I think we got a bad connection.
Yeah.
That's Mr. Met. Look, I'll give him his due.
Yeah, you got to.
Right, you got to.
You'll have your day.
I better have my day.
Okay.
All right. The second hour of the Locker Room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining, experience a lively atmosphere in the pub. There's a full calendar of golf and social events throughout the season that appeal to everyone. For more information on how to become a member, book a wedding, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. And, of course, when you get down there, say hello to Radio Ron Ralston for me. My Winter Watchdog. Have you heard of New Jersey's premier vacant home management service? My Winter Watchdog. You know those worrisome thoughts that creep in your mind every time you hear of a storm coming and the daunting task of driving down to the shore to check on the house, hours of time on the road, or if you're away for the winter in Florida, you're a snowbird, let My Winter Watchdog be your eyes and ears with their 15-point inspection checklist. They offer a full menu of maintenance and improvement services. Owner Debbie McGonigal and her team of property caretakers are professional, licensed, bonded, and insured. So don't let the winter worry you. They'll give your house that lived-in look. That's My Winter Watchdog. Go to mywinterwatchdog.com or give them a call at 267-202-1869. That's 267-202-1869, or send Debbie an email, debbie@mywinterwatchdog.com. All right, when we return, we'll continue with more here in the locker room. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, happy Mother's Day, everybody. We hope it's as happy for the Sixers this weekend. We'll recap Game 3 and Game 4, and hopefully get you ready for Game number 5. Plus the Phillies weekend against the Mets and the Eagles rookie minicamp. We've got football at 4 with Jeff Mosher.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
The NBA playoffs continue on ESPN Radio.
Blocked by Melton. Everything going Memphis way. Melton liftoff to Morant for the alley-oop.
Ja Morant drops 47 and leads the Grizzlies to a critical Game 2 win over the Warriors. Now the series shifts to San Francisco. Can Memphis make it 2 straight? Or will Steph Curry and the Warriors retake the series lead? Game 3 of the Warriors and Grizzlies. Coverage begins today at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Listen to the NBA playoffs exclusively on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot. You need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Rhymes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Rhymes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Rhymes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is Camden County Commissioner John Young with some quick COVID vaccine facts. First, if you haven't received your booster shot, you're not fully protected. 99% of our positive cases are people who haven't been boosted. Second, we can't predict who will have a mild or severe illness. We must all get vaccinated to protect everyone around us. This is your shot. Make it count. And remember, if you're not boosted, you're not fully protected. Visit CamdenCounty.com/vaccine for more information.
Straight Talk Wireless now has the new iPhone 13 with cinematic mode, which lets you focus on what matters. And with Straight Talk, you can focus on getting the best deal. Our Silver Unlimited plan is just $45 a month for unlimited talk, text, and data. And it runs on the largest, most dependable networks, now with nationwide 5G. With the iPhone 13 on Straight Talk, you can share whatever you want, wherever you want. Straight Talk Wireless. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Why would someone looking for a mortgage at the Jersey Shore take a loan from a company in Detroit or North Carolina or some other far-off place? Online mortgages promise a lot, but don't always deliver. First Bank of Sea Isle City knows the Jersey Shore. We are local lenders. We use local appraisers and provide in-house processing. We understand the unique obstacles of financing in Cape May County. Don't take a chance. Local banking is better. Let us guide you. First Bank of Sea Isle City.
Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
All right, we're back. Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, The Locker Room. By the way, we're streaming live on Facebook, Billy Schwein, and the YouTube channel, The Locker Room, Billy Schwein. Click on, you can see it's there. So last night, prior to the game, you had Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis, and Hassan Reddick ring the bell for the 76ers. I think that's pretty cool.
It's a big honor.
Having the
for a big game like that.
Showcasing Howie Roseman's picks and free agent acquisition. I thought that was pretty cool.
3 players for game 3. What?
3 players for game 3.
Yeah.
How about
It was
that? What do you
big.
think of that?
Yeah, I love it.
All right, so on Monday, I went to the Philadelphia Sports Writers Association dinner where they were honoring several players. And Joe Klecko, I interviewed him. We're going to play these interviews tomorrow in the locker with Billy Schweim Sunday edition. Pete Thompson and I will be in the house. I'm going to save them for tomorrow for Mother's Day special because I had an opportunity to interview Billy Barber, Joe Klecko, Doug Collins.
I would have liked that one.
Keith Krepley, and of course, legendary coach Dick Vermeil. We'll have that for you tomorrow.
Good ones.
The Doug Collins was probably my favorite interview because he was candid, had me laughing.
He don't hold back.
He was great. And but a theme that, and of course I talked to Billy Barber and I talked to Doug Collins. They don't know what we were talking about, right? Each one of them. But you know what they both said back in those days? Mike Schmidt was his best friend. Ron Jaworski was his next door neighbor. They all hung around. Like, to see those guys, the new recruits, come in, ring the bell, and show up there. I know they were invited and everything, but the fact that they went, I think is pretty cool. I like to see that. They're bonding. Because you know what? Then they forge a relationship with Embiid, or they get, it's a sense of community. I think it helps.
It definitely helps. And they all help each other.
Right.
I mean, everybody's got golf tournaments now, and everybody's got bowling.
Right.
They're all raising money, and they're all doing good things for good people,
Right.
good organizations. They know they need all these people from different sports.
And then, and for the Sixers, for Joel Embiid to play with a broken face, a concussion, his thumb hanging off, that's got to resonate with these new guys coming into Philadelphia. Seeing the reaction that Joel Embiid got when he walked to center court last night.
They're going to say, I want this.
Standing ovation. And they're going to say, I want this.
I want this.
How do I win these people over? Not talking the way Doc Rivers talks down to us. Not the way Joe Girardi was methodically sitting at his desk giving answers. Well, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me some passion. Give me some fire.
Well, that was a very interesting text that came in at 609-403-0973.
Thank you, Josh. I forgot to give the number.
Texter says Charlie Manuel was a laid back in his attitude and his coaching, with the players loved him and played hard for him. Maybe part of Girardi's problem is that he doesn't connect with the players like Charlie did.
Yeah, but here's the thing, John. Who said that text in?
They didn't leave
all
their
right.
name.
So that's a good point. But here's what we do know: like Larry Boa or Charlie Manuel was the perfect manager for that. So Dombrowski's got to find the perfect manager for this type of group of players.
Well, remember, Dombrowski didn't hire Girardi.
No, he
Girardi
didn't.
was hired by the previous administration.
Click that.
You know, he inherited Girardi, and Girardi, he's technically on the last year of his contract right now. So this is the perfect opportunity for Dombrowski to evaluate. And you know, if the Phillies don't go where they want them to go this year, it's an easy scapegoat to say, all right, you know, we gave Girardi a couple of years with me here. We're going to go get my guy, whoever his guy is. I don't know who that would be per se. You know, Dombrowski's been around baseball for 30 years.
Right.
So, I mean, he has a lot of my guys, but still, you know what my point
And
is.
not that this matters to, like, in the grand scheme of things when you're talking money, but here's a team compiled a $240 million team to lose a game like that the other night.
And to me, part of the problem was, and this is something that, me and Mike Gill don't agree on much, but we both agreed on the fact that they should have pulled Norwood sooner from that game.
Absolutely.
They left Norwood in way too long. And it's like, at some point, like, first of all, I would have pulled him out to the Lindor home run.
That's right.
But Gill said at least after the double on the next hitter.
And he could have pulled Knebel out after when it was tied instead of leaving it for.
Well, did you have to go to Knebel?
You don't know what's in the bullpen.
Knebel.
That's what we were just
why
talking about.
Why don't you go to one of the 200 lefties you have in the bullpen?
That's exactly what Carlin said. You're not even a baseball manager. You're sitting there talking. That's what I don't get. I don't get this.
See, that's, I think, what frustrates a lot of people, Bill. And that is, I've said this on my show many times. If I'm sitting at home and you're sitting at home and the listeners hearing my voice sitting at home, any of us are sitting there and we are like, this is what should happen, and the manager doesn't do it. It makes you want to like pull your hair out, because it's like, how am I? This is not my job. I'm not being paid millions of dollars, but yet I know what to do and you don't. It's like, it makes you want to put your fists through the TV.
Josh brought up a name just a couple seconds ago, Charlie Manuel.
He would come back.
No. I'm going to tell you. I was with him last week.
I know you
remember
are.
after the show?
Good VIP you are.
So remember what happened Friday night when we got no hit by 5 different pitchers?
Yes.
When I'm sitting there with him and we're talking And the whole time we're talking, he's never looking at me. He's just signing autographs, one after another. And I said, yeah, and how about last night? No hit by 5 pitchers. His head whipped around. I thought he was going to get whiplash. And he goes, what'd you say? I said they had 5 different, no hit and 5. Oh, I could be a record. You better look into that. I could be a record. He goes, I've never heard of 5 different pitchers. I mean, it was unbelievable. He stopped everything. And I'm thinking, here's a guy that has seen everything through all these years.
How about Dusty Watson? Why don't you bring him in? He did really well in the minor leagues.
I think you need a young guy.
I think you need a guy from outside the organization.
Yeah,
I disagree with that.
Like, hey, we keep talking about Nick with the Eagles. I think you need a guy that's got a lot of energy, that's going to come in, that's young, that can talk with these guys.
Right.
I think you need a fresh perspective.
So let me ask you a question. So that's leads me to this question. So would you got a $240 million roster, right? Dombrowski, like, whether you agree with it or not, he brought in people that should have improved this team offensively.
Right.
If the Phillies lose a couple more games in the fashion that they did, does Dombrowski pull the trigger and get rid of them in the middle of the season? Because this team is
surprised.
Mike, this team is underachieving.
Yeah, I mean, they have a team that can go far.
Right. Here's
with
the problem,
players they have.
Dombrowski doesn't have a history of firing managers in season.
I know, but that's why I asked you the question.
Florida, Detroit, Boston. I don't remember any of those stops where he fired a manager. He fired managers after the season. But I don't remember him firing a guy in season. So I don't know if that's his style.
You got a powerful lineup. This team should be better than they are.
He realizes that this team's a playoff team. I think once we get to like July 1st, and if he realizes, whoa, what do you mean we may not even make the playoffs? We got to start changing things right now because we still have time.
So Mike, you feel like July 1st is like the Mason-Dixon line?
For me, because you can't do it in August. I don't think you have enough time. Like people say too much.
I think July
1st, you have an idea of what kind of team you have and do what changes we got to make, and especially if it's
so. Josh, Mike maintains that it's early. Joe Girardi's been around baseball for a long time. He knows that it's a marathon. The company line, basically. But I think it's getting late early. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it's getting late early.
It is, and I would say that for me at least. It's we right now are still in the build-up phase because to me, baseball season doesn't fully start till Memorial Day weekend.
Right. Yeah.
I'm one of those believers. Yeah. And with no real spring training this year, I felt like April was spring training for some of these players. To me, the month of May is my Mason-Dixon line. If by the end of this month, this team isn't within a certain range of playoff seeding, I'm going to sweat. Because to me, this month is make it or break it.
There's 7 games behind the Mets right now.
Yeah, but the Mets are 9. Did we? Anybody think they were going to jump out
to
be 19 and 8?
They're not the best team in baseball. They got a 679 winning percentage.
They're up there.
I mean, you got
I bet
the Yankees.
I don't even look. I bet you there's only three at the most 14 better than
the New York Yankees.
Don't forget about the Brewers. Brewers playing really good too.
All right, real quick. I know we got to get to break because we're going to talk with Jeffrey Nash from FastLaneHandicappers.com. You know what brought me to tears this week? Did you see that kid catch that the Aaron Judge hit
the Aaron Judge jersey? Yeah.
Well, I was watching Good Morning America. I was getting my daughter ready. I was in tears.
Yeah,
I'm a crybaby anyway.
That's a great.
Did you see that? That warmed my heart.
Well, did you see the whole story though?
Yes, I did. Listen,
you see the next day he went into the dugout. He met Drudge.
But the reaction of that kid he hugged and started crying.
Yeah.
He had an Aaron Judge shirt, and the guy gives him the home run by Aaron Judge.
Guess what?
It doesn't get any better than that, Josh.
A Yankee fan would never do that for an opposing fan. But you saw a Blue Jay fan do that for a Yankee fan. So
put it
out there. Just 2 weeks ago, Yankee fans are throwing beer bottles at the Cleveland players. But 2 weeks later, a Blue Jays fan is giving a Yankee fan a baseball.
I'll tell you what, that was
nice.
That's why we go to game. I mean, that kid will never forget that day ever. Then he gets to meet Judge.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. All right. The second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay is an award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining, experience lively atmosphere in the pub. There's a full calendar of golf and social events throughout the season to appeal to everyone. For more information on how to become a member, book a wedding, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Summers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always a great day at Great Bay. When you get down there, say hello to Radio Ron Ralston for us. Friends, let me tell you about Maserati of the Main Line, located just minutes from downtown Philadelphia. They offer a client-focused car buying experience designed to exceed all expectations and invite you to stop and see the area's largest selection of new Maseratis, including the sporty Ghibli midsize sedan of the class leading Levante, the only SUV worthy of being called a Maserati. Maserati of the Main Line also leads the nation in certified pre-owned sales and has the highest quality like new Maseratis available on the market. Your experience is not at the point of a sale, as Maserati of the Main Line offers free pickup and delivery for scheduled service appointments and provides a new Maserati loaner car. So be audacious. Call my good friend Michael Pileggi at RDS Auto Group at 484-804-4800. That's 484-804-4800, or visit them online anytime at motml.com. All right, when we return, we'll go racing. We'll talk with Jeffrey Nash from FastlaneHandicapper.com. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again and again. Calling again and again.
Hi, I'm Aaron Beda, inviting you to visit my Golf and Sport Performance Club in Summers Point. No matter what the sport, we'll design a program to help you feel and play your best. Our Golf Performance Zone features 2 state-of-the-art golf simulators featuring TrackMan and Foresight technology. Enjoy massage therapy, assisted stretching, and sport-specific training.
That's Aaron Beda's Golf and Sports Performance Club. Call 609-788-4661 or visit gsfitness.com for your free assessment.
Hi, this is Mike Herron. You've heard me talk about my experiences playing football at the Naval Academy on The Locker Room with Billy Schwein. I'm here to tell you about a company with the same high level of integrity and dedication that it takes to be successful on the football field. Best Property Maintenance. When you need cleaning and janitorial services you can trust, call Best Property Maintenance. They'll take care of your property from top to bottom, commercial and residential, fully licensed and insured. Call Best today. When you want it done right and on time, call Best. They'll do the rest. Call today 609-926-2378 or go online at bestpropertynj.com.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Hustle up. We've got 8 more floors to go before lunch.
Sarusha's window washing business is reaching new heights.
Wipe, and let's roll.
They need more certified cleaners to keep online reviews crystal clear.
Team, I know we're hustling, but watch for streaks. Candace, can you give me a hand over here?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Our hiring platform instantly connects you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
You're the one who protects the flock, and that requires an eye for detail. Because when safety and well-being are on the line, it's the details that can save lives. Even when no one else is watching, you see everything. Grainger gets you, and we're here for you, and all the ones who get it done with a wide range of safety products and solutions, plus board-certified safety consultants here to answer your questions. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
All right, we're back here in the locker room. It's a mutter today. I don't know what the weather is in in Kentucky, Churchill Downs. I think there's
my phone's saying overcast.
Yeah, overcast.
It's going to be a dry track.
All right. Every year for the last 8 years, every time we have horse racing, Kentucky Derby, the Belmont, the Preakness, I have a guy that I trust, I know, and I like. Let's go to the Maserati, the Mainline Sports Hotline, and welcome into the locker room the purveyor of FastlaneHandicapper.com, Jeffrey Nash. Good morning, Jeffrey.
Hey, guys. Good morning. It's always a great day when it's a Kentucky Derby day, even when it's pouring out.
Now, Jeff, I look forward to this event. I like, out of all the races, the Kentucky Derby is my favorite. I've been there, so it has a special spot in my heart. It's like the first Saturday in May, the running of the roses. It's just such it's a segue to spring and summer.
Yeah, it is. It's just a great day. Even if you're not an avid racing fan, it's a day that brings so much excitement to the community. Everybody loves horse racing on Kentucky Derby Saturday.
People get dressed up. They wear their hats. They get the mint juleps going.
Colors that don't match. And you got like stand out.
Talk to us about the 148th running of the Roses, the Kentucky Derby in Churchill Downs. We got 23-year-olds thoroughbreds in this race, and there's no real favorite this year.
No, and what makes this year very exciting, it's a wide open race. So it's a difficult race to handicap on a good day when you have 20 inexperienced 3-year-olds all charging out of the gate like a cavalry. This year in particular, there's no clear front runner. So what I tell people is, after I have spent hours analyzing the race, I tell people to bet their favorite name, their favorite number, or their favorite skill color. You'll be just as fine.
There are some really good names in this year's race. Happy Jack, Tis the Bomb, Summer is Tomorrow, Charge It, which a lot of people do. They just charge it. But you like Zarda to win this race today.
I do, and it was a close call. What I do in looking at the race, I wanted to see how the race is going to be run. What is the strategic plan for each of the horses running? And what's notable in this race is that there is no horse that has blistering speed up front. So unlike last year where Medina Spirit went wire to wire and the fractions were relatively fast, you're not going to see that in this race. And that means that the front runners are not going to be under an extraordinary amount of pressure to stay on the lead. And the horses that are tracking them close by are not going to have to expend all of their energy to keep pace during the early going. And that gives them a little gas in the tank down the stretch. And for that reason, I think Zardan is poised to sit back behind the leaders, Zandon, I meant, to sit back behind the leaders and have enough energy in the tank to win it down the stretch.
We're talking with Jeffrey Nash from FastlaneHandicapper.com. You got a long shot coming in second. You like Charge It. He won the Florida Derby, so this horse has got some speed.
Well, he actually finished second in the Florida Derby.
I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. But what was notable about that race is that the horse, only its third race in its career, the Florida Derby, quite a step up from its maiden special weight race, which he won in Florida a few months before. But in that race down the stretch, he was all over the track. It's what's known as racing green. When you don't have a lot of experience, he was lugging in. The jockey at that time, the great Louis Saez, could not keep him focused. Todd Pletcher, who's his great trainer, probably worked on that since the Florida Derby. He finished second as a 3-1 shot against White Avero, but I think he is poised to run a bigger race. And what's really interesting about the Derby, and especially when you're handicapping this race, it's not so much who was the best horse yesterday. The question is, who is now poised to be a better horse today? And you look at these prep races, whether it be the Wood Memorial, Santa Anita Derby, or the Florida Derby, and you can see horses improving. And the question is, will they be in a position to strike if they are improved from their last race?
Hey, Jeff, it's Michael Carlin. Got a question for you.
Hey, Michael.
You were talking about
Sure.
the different derbies. And a friend of mine, a couple of years back, I always remember he's a big horse rack. And we were talking about it. And I said, who do you like? And he goes, Mike, for some reason, I always try to get a good look at who's coming out of the Arkansas Derby.
Yes.
So like I literally looked it up this morning and I was looking at, and I actually watched this, Cyber Knife.
Cyber Knife, yeah.
He looked unbelievable in that. And I'm thinking, okay, that's going to be the horse I'm going to go with. I mean, everybody's going down, but I think I'm going to be looking. Have you heard about that, or is the Arkansas Derby a big thing, or it's just one of many derbies coming up?
No, Arkansas Derby is one of the top prep races, and that race that you're talking about, Michael, the Cyberknife victory, he won by almost 3 lengths over Barber Red, and he looked phenomenal in that race. He's trained by the great Brad Cox, who last year traded Essential Quality, the best horse in the country. He was a $400,000 yearling purchase by Gunrunner, who's maybe the top sire in the country. He is poised to be one of the top finishes here, and I think that's a good call. What's really interesting about Cyberknife is he beat a filly named Secret Oath, who happened to have won the Kentucky Oaks yesterday in a phenomenal fashion. So I think Cyberknife is one of the top horses in this race.
Oh, good. Thank you.
Yeah. And
Go ahead, Jeff. I'm sorry.
No, and the other horse you have to watch out for is, and it's one of the great mysteries of this race, and it's the 12-horse Taba. Taba is only running his 3rd race. This horse could be a monster. He could be, based on his first 2 races, he could be one of the great horses of our time. He was sold as a 2-year-old in training for $1.7 million. His sire is Gunrunner, the same sire as Cyberknife that we just discussed. He is technically not trained by Bob Baffert, who is excused from this race for cheating last year.
I like the way you put that, Jeffrey. He's excused.
Yeah, he's excused. I'm not a big fan of cheaters, and Bob Baffert, as great a trainer as he may be, did not need to juice up his horses at all. And they caught him red-handed, and he's excused from this race. But he has 2 horses in this race who are now trained by Tim Yakteen, who's a good trainer in his own right. One is Taba. Taba won the Santa Anita Derby by 2 1/4 lengths with an outstanding speed rating. Just remarkable for a horse that is 1 race off of his maiden victory, which, by the way, he won by 7.5 lengths. His owner is the same owner as last year's now disqualified Kentucky Derby winner, Medina Spirit. He said before this horse ever hit the track, the owner said, I have the next Kentucky Derby winner, and it's Taba. If you watch the Santa Anita Derby, you will be blown away. He walked past his stablemate, Messier, also one of the favorites in this race, as if Messier was standing still. It was a phenomenal victory. The reason I have not picked Taba, the only reason, is it's only his 3rd race, and he's in the number 12 spot. If he gets squeezed, will he have the experience to right himself and win? If he is as great as they tout, he doesn't matter what happens to him early going, he will wipe this field. If his inexperience doesn't allow him to get back on track, so to speak, then he will fall out of the money.
We're talking with Jeffrey Nash, FastlaneHandicapper.com. Go to his website. He's got it's really easy to read. You can see the horses with a great explanation of what they do and how they've done it. And Jeffrey Nash, the positioning of these horses are pretty important too. Obviously, I guess with the pole position, the first number 1, and you go out. What is the ideal spot for you if you're training the horses?
Yeah, it really depends on the horse. Now, the one spot you would imagine with 19 other horses on your outside, history shows that the one can get squeezed.
Right.
In this case, the one horse, also one of the favorites, Mo Donegal, he's a stretch horse. So if he gets, I would suspect his jockey, Irad Ortiz, a really good jockey, if he gets squeezed, he's just going to settle him in at back, save ground along the rail, and try to come back down the stretch. That's also a Todd Pletcher horse that was sold for $250,000 as a yearling. So, he's got a lot of quality to him, and I don't think it's going to matter. I looked at the statistics for horses that have won from what pole positions over the 148 years, and it's all over the map. The 10 spot, the 12 spot have been successful, but it really depends on the quality of the horse coming out of that spot and the way they run. I do know that the outside poles, the 18, the 19, the 20 spot, those have rarely won. I think 19 and 20 post positions have only had one victory each in the history of the race.
So give me a win, place, and show. Give me trifecta. Set it all up for us.
Well, as I said, I'm going with Zandon because I think he just sets up perfectly to win this race. I am concerned about Taba being the monster that some people claim he is, so I'm going to hold him aside for now. But I'm going to go with the 10, Zandon. I do like as a long shot this Charge It horse. I think he's going to improve from his green run in the Florida Derby. Todd Pletcher, his sire is Tappet, who has a history of producing offspring that are successful in the Kentucky Derby. And the third horse, who I think has a great chance to win, but I'm picking him for third, is the number 3 Epicenter. And as I said earlier today, the speed up front is not going to be blistering. Epicenter likes to run in front. I don't think he's going to be substantially pressed, and I think he will stay up there with the chance of going wire to wire, but I do think he'll be caught by the 10 and the 8, and then I am playing the 12, the Taba, because I'm not going to allow a horse that could be great take down my bets. And those are the 4 horses that I'm going to play in different variables of boxes, wins, plays, show, exacta, trifectas, and the very lucrative superfecta.
Well, it's a fun day. Obviously, horse racing is center stage today. Of course, the Down and Derby Festival was canceled in Camden County today because of inclement weather, but hopefully we'll be able to get that next year and look forward to that. Now, our good buddy Louis Cappelli, he went to the Sixers game. He's sitting next to Pat Riley. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
Yeah, Mr. Hoity-toity.
Surprise me. He finds his way to those great seats, and he's a great horse player as well, Luke Cappelli.
Yeah, but but the horses that he bought, they're the glue factory right now.
Yeah, well, I partner with him, so that doesn't make me happy.
All right, Jeff, listen, as always, I really enjoy having you on the program, especially when it's horse racing season. You give us great insight. Of course, it's FastlaneHandicapper.com. Check them out. You got a great detailed explanation on each horse. And, Jeff, thank you so much and enjoy the race.
Yeah, thank you, Billy. And also a shout out to the Ocean City Police Department. My buddy, Brian Madison, is an officer there. And stay safe, everybody.
All right, there he is, Jeffrey Nash, FastlaneHandicapper.com. So he's got the 10, 8, and 3 horse.
Billy, your listeners out there can make some serious money.
They can.
Like, if you listen to him, and especially if you just put a couple bucks on the long shot Taba,
right?
He's right. That horse very easily could win this race and everybody will be talking about where did he come from. But he just told you.
He just told you why. Listen, I'm telling you, I'm looking at his website right now. He's got a great detailed explanation on each horse. And but he heard what he said. He picks the color. He tells people to pick the name.
Yeah. When you have a race like this, there's no really outstanding horse.
Jeffrey Nash, FastlaneHandicapper.com. Check out the website. It's a great read. All right. The second hour of the locker room is brought to you by the Great Bay Country Club, where it's not just golf, it's fun. Make Great Bay Country Club your club. Great Bay's award-winning private golf club where you are greeted by name. It's home of the 3-hour and 58-minute round. You can play on their 18-hole championship golf course, enjoy fine dining, experience lively atmosphere in the pub. For more information, go to greatbay.com or give them a call at 609-927-5071. Great Bay Country Club in Somers Point, New Jersey. See why it's always, always a great day at Great Bay. All right, when we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein, Mike Carlin, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
It's Sixers playoff basketball tomorrow on 97.3 ESPN with the voice of the 76ers, Tom McInnes, calling all the play-by-play action.
Into the lane, back to What a layup! What a play! It's the playoff and a brilliant pass. Hard with a two-hand bounce pass.
It's Sixers Heat Game 4. Coverage begins at 8 p.m. Philadelphia 76ers playoff basketball on your radio home of the Sixers in South Jersey. 97.3 ESPN FM.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish is...
It's pretty bad.
When you learn a language, you want to actually use it. Babbel is designed with that goal in mind. Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive, bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
¿Cómo te llamas? ¿Cómo te llamas?
¿De dónde eres?
¿De dónde eres?
No matter your learning style or experience level, Babbel has lessons designed for you that will get you speaking quickly and confidently.
I tried learning Spanish before, but I couldn't stick with it until I found Babbel.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said now we speak Spanish.
I can't wait to use our new language skills on our upcoming adventures.
Babbel, language for life, celebrating 10 million subscriptions sold. Now try Babbel for free at Babbel.com. Just go to Babbel.com and start learning a new language today. That's Babbel.com. Babbel.com.
South Jersey has been traveling with Philly sports trips for years. Don't miss summer baseball trips to San Diego and Pittsburgh and big trips to Arizona and Chicago this fall for the Birds. For any diehard Philly fan listening, it's time to check out the full trip lineup at PhillySportsTrips.com. They take care of the flight, hotel, game tickets, and throw the best tailgates around. Philly Sports Trips knows South Jersey and is even partnering with the famous Ernest & Son Meat Market in Brigantine. Make this season the best one yet. Book a trip at PhillySportsTrips.com.
All right, we are back. That 2 hours went flying by, man. I
Always
can't believe
does.
how fast it goes.
It always does.
All right, Carlin, what's your win, place, and show? What do you got?
Ooh, I have horse number 10 and 16 with the Zandon and Cyberknife place and show. And my long shot's going to be Crown Pride.
Okay, my favorite names, the 4 favorite names that I have: Happy Jack, Tis the Bomb, Summer is Tomorrow, and Simplification.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, Carlin, are the Sixers going to win Game 4 tomorrow?
Yes. Yeah.
Is that right?
I definitely.
Josh, you got to win it?
Confident, yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a confident yes. From a guy that picked the Toronto Raptors.
Never let it down. It's okay.
My basketball aficionado picked the Raptors last night. I don't think you're on, Josh.
Sorry about that. I had the Sixers winning the last series in 7, so I don't know if I was that much better, but
could have went anyway.
I feel less confident in them winning tomorrow than Mike does, but I feel like if Embiid can play better than he did last night, then it's probably a lock that they win. And if they win tomorrow night, this series is probably going 7.
Okay. It's Carlin. James Harden. Can he shake it off, whatever's bothering him?
I hope so. He's at home.
Right?
He's at home, and he
nothing like getting a Philly crowd behind you.
Right. And once he gets the crowd behind him, I'm hopefully it's all going to me lately. It's about Maxey though. To me, it's all about Maxey.
He plays with so much energy.
I think he gets everybody going too.
There's got to be a way to slow down this Tyler Hero.
We were always talking Embiid, then Harden, then Haxey.
I told you what they need to do. They need to run the zone.
Now it's Embiid
3-2
and
zone. Come on.
in my mind.
Will
I love
Rivers
that.
be able to?
Zone.
I mean, like that's the true mark of a great manager or coach. You got to be able to make adjustments.
Miami's starting five is not an outside shooting team.
So by the way, Miami runs zone sometimes.
Yeah,
you're Miami.
Miami.
I like Jimmy Butler. I wish we never got rid of him.
And he's a
perfect fit.
He's
for
your perfect Philly guy. Yeah,
get it.
He's also a perfect fit for Miami. So it's kind of.
But by the way, did you see?
And things
game
people
one
follow him.
Game one and game two. Did you see all these empty seats down there?
For the first quarter.
Well, it's Miami. You know, people show up late. You know, they've been out clubbing.
Second quarter, they were all
They were
full.
at the Clevelander all night.
Yeah.
I've
You
been
know,
to
they
Cleveland many times.
they don't get there till the second quarter.
I had my buddy Bobby Ball. I'll never forget. We're at the Clevelander, and he goes to the bartenders. Had to be like 70, 80 people around the bar. And he goes, "Buy everybody a drink." And the bartender came up and was pissed at him. You know how much work that is?
Yeah, it's a lot.
Think about all the work you need to buy everybody a
He's
drink.
not thinking about the money. He's just thinking about the work.
Hey,
really quick,
buy everybody a drink.
Really quick, Mike, you had a question before we get out of here.
Oh, the top 10. I'm going to ask for just top 3 from you guys. NFL jerseys selling. They just came out.
Tom Brady, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes.
I don't even know where
He's
to begin.
3 for 3. Josh,
All right.
3 for 3.
You're talking to the encyclopedia over there.
Okay, give me 2 and 1, 2, 3. Who's your 1, 2, 3 in that group?
I'm gonna guess Mahomes is 1.
Brady, Mahomes, Allen.
Oh, it's Brady, Mahomes out. I would have said Mahomes, Brady
Good
out.
job. Great job.
Great show today, Carlin.
Who's number 4?
Carlin brought it.
Oh, I can tell you really quick.
Listen, on the program tomorrow, Pete Thompson and I will be in the studio. We'll get Tommy Green on the mound.
Tina Green.
Brought to you by GSF Performance Golf.
Aaron Beta.
Also, we'll have we're gonna play all my interviews with the Philadelphia sports writer.
There's 5 of them.
We got 5 of them. We're gonna play them: Doug Collins, Bill Barber, Joe Klecko, Coach Vermeil, and Keith Kreplin. All that tomorrow on the program. Pete Thompson in the locker room with Billy Schwein tomorrow. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Saturday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. I'll see you next week, Carlin.
Yep.
Let's go Sixers, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great Saturday night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
We get it. You're not going to work just anywhere.